thought was blood around the vehicle. They contacted 911. Patrol officers responded during their initial investigation. They were able to make entry into the townhouse. Once they entered, they did find 2 adult females in the townhouse along with 4 children. 2 of the children were deceased on the scene. The other 2 children were injured. They're being treated at local hospitals. There's 1 adult that's being treated at a local hospital, and the other adult is someone that we have in custody and are currently questioning.
So, is anyone else wanted for what happened here, or do you believe that the perpetrator may be the woman you have, and this wasn't somebody who came into the house and attacked them?
Right. We do not have an active search at this point. Our information at this point is that we have accounted for all those that were involved. We don't believe this is, we have no indication that this is a stranger-based crime or that there's a danger to the neighborhood at this point.
So it was a domestic dispute?
Well, I don't know the nature of the relationships between these people, so I don't know that it's fair to classify it as a domestic dispute. But I can tell you that we have no active search at this point for anyone else.
So what are the conditions of the children?
There are 2 children that are deceased, and then there are 2 children that are being treated at local hospitals. I don't know their condition at this point. They left here with the 2 deceased children, I'm told, are young, and I can classify that as maybe under 10 years old. The 2 that are injured, I believe, are in the same category. I believe we're talking about young children here.
What happened?
I don't know.
You guys don't know? Okay, so
what about their advice?
We do not know at this point. As I said,
you haven't interviewed the woman in custody as far as what happened.
And certainly, if they've started it, we haven't completed it. So at this point, we don't even know the nature of the relationship between all 6 people that were in the townhouse.
So as far as like whether they're family or not, you don't know yet.
Correct. We do not know whether they're related, and if they are related, who's related to who. It's still very early in the investigation. As I said, 3 of the 4 are currently being treated at the hospital, so I don't even know that we've had a chance to interview them at this point.
When is it believed the attack?
Sometime during the night. That is our indication at this point, but again, it's still early on. It may have happened this morning. As I said, we got a call here last night from a neighbor who saw an unattended child in the vehicle. Police officers responded. By the time they got here, that child had been removed from the vehicle and placed back into the townhouse. Officers knocked on the townhouse door. No one answered. We were unable to talk to anyone inside the townhouse. Without any other information, officers had no choice but to clear the scene. They did make notification to Child Protective Services last night and asked them to follow up at this address based on the circumstances that they knew last night. Told us probably around 9:30, 10 o'clock last night, somewhere in that neighborhood. Address is 19041.
19041.
Correct.
Apparently this was not a shooting because no one reported gunshots. You're not commenting on wounds or what the method of...
No, the only thing we know is that, there was some type of assault that occurred. It's still too early to tell the exact nature of the injuries. I wouldn't want to classify it as anything specific at this point because we haven't even done an examination of the townhouse.
Can you say it was not a shooting?
I can't even say that.
You said after police left last night, they got a call again from a neighbor who saw blood in the car this morning?
That was this morning, right. At about 9:30 this morning, a neighbor saw the car, saw the car door open and saw what they thought was blood around the car. So we were called once last night and we were called once this morning.
And then after that, when you discovered it?
Right. That is when we discovered this. Officers this morning, based on what they saw, conducted an investigation, were able to make entry into the townhouse, and that's where we discovered the deceased and the injured parties.
What's the condition of the townhouse? What did they find when they went in the townhouse? What's the scene like in there?
Well, we have a very bloody scene. I don't know. I'm told that the deceased were found upstairs, but I don't know if they were found. I don't know where they were found upstairs. I don't know if it was in a bedroom, and if so, I don't know if they were in bed. I know that they were found upstairs.
Other than the one report you received about the blood. Did any neighbor or anyone make any calls about anything going on in that house in the last 24 hours?
There were no other calls. Now, we have talked to some neighbors who described what they heard as some type of commotion or disturbance last night.
But they didn't call the police.
Correct. Our information is that on at least 2 occasions last night, they heard some noises. As I said, it's been described to me as a commotion. We were not called last night when that occurred. You know, that's probably all I should say at this point.
Hey Jim, between when the chief came out and when you guys came back out, was there any information that you shared? I mean, was there anything there?
I don't believe so. I believe the two children that are being treated at the hospital, I'm told that their condition is improving. So they're still currently undergoing treatment.
Are they life-threatening?
Boys, girls.
I don't. We haven't even been able to confirm that at this point.